Horse racing fans, what's going on? Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2004. I usually don't do this on screen, but I'm doing things differently this time around. I'm going to go ahead and give our filly, Falling Stars, attack. This is Abigail's horse. So, yeah, we'll start off with this. So, blue, dark blue mask, light blue, purple ear, star mask with light, okay. So this mask, which will be dark blue. Hopefully you all are doing well. She said dark blue. I feel like this is the only dark blue in the game. This is more of a purple to me. But, Abigail, I mean, we can change this, of course, at any time. But I feel like that color I just chose now looks more like a dark blue, and I'll show you. And you said purple, light purple. This would be lightish purple. Can't really tell, can we? The colors are so weird in this game. I can't be the only one that thinks that, right? Like, they're what they say they are, but then the different shades, they're just, like, this is pink, 100%. This is, like, maroon. This is a bluish purple, I think, honestly. This is completely purple right here. And this one in the all the way in the bottom left is, I would consider this more of a light purple. So I guess we'll do that. You said purple ears, so we'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully you all are doing well. Thank you so much for the support on the channel as of late. If you're new, welcome again. And if you're not, then same applies. Just thank you so much for the support. It's been awesome to see. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content. I'm having fun, so that is all good. Light purple noseband. Purple ears. Okay, just purple ears. I totally did the wrong thing. So yeah, we will see what progress we can make today. Blinkers. You didn't say blinkers, just a purple noseband, I think, right? Light purple noseband. So this would be the light purple. And then wraps. And again, Abigail, if I got this wrong, just let me know which color you'd like to change, and of course I will change it. Again, I think this is the closest color to the dark blue, but it looks purple with the bandages. Like, this is the closest color to dark blue to me, besides the actual blue color, which is this in the upper right-hand corner. Like, that's blue, but I wouldn't consider that a dark blue, you know what I mean? It matches more, but, yeah, Abigail, you let me know. This looks more purple. On the mask, it doesn't look like this color, but, you know what I mean? This almost looks like purple, which is weird, because technically this color is purple. Sorry. Technically, this is what the game considers purple, but that looks... It is purple, but, like, it's not, you know? Like, the colors don't make sense. So, Abigail, I'm going to do... Because this is legitimately blue, I'll stick with these colors. Let me know if you want me to change it to one of, like, the other purples. That's what I'm going to call it. And then you said Heart of Stone. We'll go ahead and knock this out right quick as well. This 2-year-old filly. By Gentle House out of Chasing Hearts. Heart of Stone, just a pink mask with the 3 circles that are gray. Pink mask with gray circles. I know exactly which one you're talking about. This one. So pink. This is pink for sure with the gray. And then we'll go ahead and do gray ears. So just gray ears, I'm assuming. Wait, yeah, gray ears. Oh yeah, just plain gray. Okay, I like that. This is different. I like the different customization we're getting. No noseband. You just said leg wraps, pink and gray. So, again, we can always change the colors if you want them to be differently. I figured we could do this, which I like this look, even though it looks kind of, it may look different in the game. I kind of like the little hints of pink. Or we could just do the traditional pink with the gray. Which either or actually I think looks fine. So Abigail, like I said, you totally let me know which way we should do it. I think since they're both fillies, I kind of like this scheme for them. But again, if you want me to change it, just let me know what colors to change. But that's as close as your details as I could probably get to. So lots of races here today. Grade 2, Grade 1. Yeah, we have, I was going to say, I need to see who's in there. So Pearly Ball in a Grade 2. Eastside Band in a grade 1, Extreme Kick in a grade 1, and Precious Scene. So all winnable races for sure. There's the GOAT introducing themselves as always. You know, I know we're like best friends, but like can't do it. Can't do it. Not worth it. Not worth it. And they somehow always end up, well, not always, but there's a good chance for them to have a better result and end up further than me if I have like a mediocre or a bad race. Like they always end up finishing ahead of me if I don't capitalize. So I'm just not really willing to take that chance, bro. It's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. Anyways, we're up in a grade 2, 10 furlongs on the TIFF. Split Effort is the favorite. I feel like we've been racing this horse a lot over the couple of years because, how old is he now? He's only 3. I think we've been racing him at least since last year. It feels a lot longer because I feel like most of these lower graded stakes races I'll end up running. Split Effort is there. I don't usually see him in the grade 1s. Not until he's closer to his peak. So he'll be in a lot of these type of grade 2s. So it always kind of makes these races relatively competitive because he's a pretty strong closer. Pearly Ball's been on a really, really good roll here though. Yeah, I should be able to do what I need to do. I mean, I can run even deeper than Split Effort can. So that definitely benefits us in the long run. Slow Bridge with the record. Does anybody use that horse? If you have, let me know in the comment section below. Another one of those horses I see the name pop up for often, but don't really hear much about. So that could be good, or maybe it's just, yeah, not a horse that's really mentioned. But yeah, we're making progress. I'm glad to finally be basically about to be into September. I've kind of made it a goal of myself for every video I upload to try to get through 2 months of in-game racing. I feel like the pace was just too slow prior to that, so I'm like, okay, if I can at least try to get through 2 in-game months per video, it means usually in about a month or so in real time we will have got through a full season, which at least for the time I have available is pretty good progression. That means we'll get through several seasons, you know, in a year, as opposed to me dragging through like 2 seasons. I just realized it's a little bit too slow, and I think we're all at the point where, you know, I want to see the really good horses we can now continue to produce, cultivate. Still looking for the next Eastside Band. I think within this group of 2-year-olds and then next year's group, I think we'll have 1 or 2, maybe more than that, but at least 2 horses that hopefully are close to her capabilities. Now I know I'm supposed to be running at the front, but kind of wanted to save Pearly Ball, get him on a really good run. He's got the stamina to work. Yeah, he's got the stamina to work. Not an ideal positioning, but this guy is strong. They're going to have to come catch us at the line here. Split Effort's not in the conversation. Pearly Ball is starting to tire. Got to give him some extra motivation. His head is still in the game. Here comes Split Effort on a late rush on the outside, and we just got it done in time. Yeah, didn't run that race how they wanted me to, but I was confident in the horse, and the horse gets it done by half length. So, that's a good win, man. It's a good win for Pearly Ball. It's a really good win. And again, I had confidence that we can make that happen. I realized, look, I'm like, okay, I'm not in the ideal position he wants to be in. That's just something I have to, you know, deal with. And we ended up getting the win there by a neck. In that grade 2, going 10 furlongs on the TIFF. And that's a good win for Mr. Pearly Ball. So we'll give us the rating, a C on the rating, position rating. Again, I try to remind people that you can still win races in this game without running like the perfect race. If we do it, then awesome. But you know, it's doable, right? Sometimes you get a bad trip. Sometimes you're a little bit slow on getting the horse in position. Whatever. That's definitely my case. But we've all had races in this game where the circumstances just didn't suit us and our horse, right? All of us that have played this or played any type of horse racing game, you have those races where things just don't work out. It happens to everybody at some point in the game. That's just how it works. You know, you'll have those races where you can't do much, but they're not always like doomsday, like that's it. Like sometimes you can still recover and have wins. We've all seen races like that, I'm sure. So Eastside Band, feels like it's been a while since we've raced on our girl here. She's up here in the lead oaks, going 12 furlongs. She's still solid, man. She doesn't really have a bad stat. Her heart rating being at 58 is kind of irrelevant because she's extremely competitive, and she still has 88 stamina. I learned that with Galaxy Star, that horses that just have really, really good stamina, man, that speed can kind of be whatever, and you can continue to race with them competitively for a while as long as they have upper echelon stamina, and she certainly does. She's a double S horse for stamina, actually. Yeah, this is her race to win. Who's the second favorite? Oh, Frail Star. Yeah, I wanted to actually look at that horse because Frail Star, 3-year-old filly, bad power rating, so that suits us. Yeah, okay, she's certainly not better than us, not by a lot, but yeah, we're basically the $3 favorite with these side bands, so it should be an easy dub here. Just trying to add to her her grade 1 streak and start to stack the titles. She's 5 years old now. Pretty much still at the prime of her life. Like, her stats have dropped a bit, but she still runs as if she's a 3-year-old filly hot on the scene. So no major drop off, really. Bay City's still with the record here at 12 furlongs. I vaguely remember doing that, but yeah, I guess that was some time ago. So she gets out well enough, and all I have to do is just judge. Is that a Mora? That is a Mora. Of course, you would be on the second favorite in this type of race. I swear a Mora just lives to annoy me. Like, Tanaka's passive aggressive. Elite, if you're watching, bro, you totally get that. And Amora for me is just always just trying to ruin my race in any way possible. Now these horses are running kind of hot here. I would like to slow the pace down. Yeah, I know Eastside Band's not quite happy, but I got to get her to the front. I think I want to establish the lead. Okay, I'll slow her down a bit. We'll coast. Yeah, gosh, those fractions almost ran under 12. Like, if you're doing that after the first 4 furlongs, you're moving pretty fast in this game. Normal fractions are between 12.1 and 12.4, give or take. Anything under a 12.1 is like, okay, you're moving. And if you're doing that for several hundred yards and several furlongs, yeah, the pace is moving hot. I do not like those paces. Not really. I'll take them if we're racing on a closer. But if I'm on a front runner, I want to control the pace. I want to take it slow. I feel like sometimes announcers will criticize horses and jockeys for doing that in a race. I think that's brilliant racemanship. Like, if you can save your horse's endurance and then just kind of take off by storm in the stretch and leave the other horses behind you, why wouldn't you do that? That's a perfect racing strategy, and it's not your fault that the others just don't have a horse that can quite take the lead away from yours. I don't think it should be criticized as a bad race strategy, but I feel like that's what people will do. Okay, Eastside Band. She's like, oh, we're going fast. That's the point, my girl. We got to roll. But, I mean, you see, look at what we're doing with Eastside Band. I was able to control the pace. I got to the front. I slowed it down to a 12.6 fraction. And she rocks away with this easily. No challenge. And that's why she's the best horse I've had in this game. She can just do it, and she does it easily. It's not a real work for her. The hardest part of our races with her is getting her to the front. That's the hardest part of her race. Sometimes some horses will stubbornly try to compete with us for the lead, but she absolutely excels at absolutely... I just said that twice, but you guys get the point. Like, I'm trying to put the emphasis on the fact that she's able to just control the pace and the tempo, and then I can open it up in the stretch, and we're gone. She doesn't even have to be in an ideal position either, and she can still get the win, man. She is literally the type of horse I have wanted for quite a while in this game. It's just like, it's my way to ride, man. If I'm going to be on a front runner, I want to control the tempo, control the pace, have space, and just take off. Leave them in the dust, man, at that point. Great win for Eastside Band there. That might be a title for her, a long champ. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. We'll be sticking here to the same track, same course with Extreme Kick, 5 furlongs on its turf. She is not a turf horse, but she has an okay turf rating. I still don't know her speed. She has good power and good heart. Yeah, not very good stamina, not very good speed. I guess, I don't know. She has great ability. She is the daughter of formal opera, aka the late great Secretariat. And she, yeah, I don't know about her. I still don't. Like, despite knowing more things, she's still such a mystery. It's kind of hard to really know which direction we're going with her. Don't think she'll turn into anything special unless she starts to kick now. She's hitting her prime now. And now is the time for us to know whether or not she's going to be able to do anything, or if she's just going to be a horse that can win a couple of grade ones if we're fortunate, and that's about it. Like, I don't know if there's anything more for her beyond that. We tried her on the dirt, and yeah, it just didn't seem like it was going as well as I wanted all the time. I figured with her decent power rating, take her onto the turf. I'm glad they finally at least told us her leg type. That was bothering me. She's 4 years old now, right? And they just weren't telling me where she wants to run, and I get it, because Secretariat in this game can run anywhere from closer to a front runner. So that was a little bit frustrating. But, you know, a little bit late on the start. Was kind of trying to time it better. I didn't expect them to take off as soon as they did, but that's as expected. We have to finish 5th or better. She can close in this last furlong. I don't know by how much. 10-8 fraction. She's digging down. Oh, there's stretch burst. Not going to get up for the win. It's not a bad effort on the turf. Certainly could have given her a better run. Like, I've nailed my stretch runs in the last 2 races, and that one I certainly could have improved. But that's not a bad effort. She's not supposed to be a turf horse, though she does have the preference of being okay with it. That's a pretty strong performance, and she still had more to go. That's not a great ride from me. So, yeah, like, ironically, I get a much better position, and then I kind of drop on the spurt. That was pretty good, man. Her drive, I don't know if I think it's her response rating. She just doesn't quite kick into gear as fast as I'm expecting. And the timing is a bit weird. You know, she's not a horse that as soon as you kind of start to get her going, she kind of like Eastside Band, she gets the message immediately and she's pretty much gone, right? Extreme Kick is not that type of horse. So I'm having to wait to see when she's going to kick in, and then, like, it doesn't really happen until a little bit later. The timing is weird with her. She doesn't have great stamina either. Like, she's middle of the road, so I can't push her too early. She's one of those horses where it's the fine balance, I think, would unlock her potential. But that's a hard spot to get into. But that's not bad, and she's fun to work with. I mean, as Secretariat's daughter and out of Pink Gemstone, or no, she's from out of Toxic Blonde. I apologize, Toxic Blonde. She's really fun to work with. She's one of those horses just that getting into that really good spot of just kind of, you know, knowing when to time the spurt and when to get her going. It's trickier than it seems, I promise you. It's a little bit trickier than it seems. That's kind of the deal when you get a horse that just has weird stats, right? You kind of have to work with what the game is giving you at that point. Should be a good race. Grand Show is a good horse, favored by over $3 over us on Precious Scene. We're at our peak. We don't have a great heart rating, but okay. Thinks we have a chance. They're saying we have no chance against Grand Show. I admit I feel a bit disrespected, but that pretty much happens, it seems like, every episode in this game, so I just have to expect it. But yeah, Extreme Kick, I definitely think there's something there to her, but again, I might just have to take a chance getting her started a little bit sooner, because I feel like the last couple of races I've had, we were just getting into gear right when the race ended, which says I'm starting her too slow. Horses with 65 stamina, sometimes they can handle that early spurt, and sometimes they can't for me. It's always a thing I feel like I have to constantly juggle. Which is why I'm trying to produce certain type of horses so I can kind of have consistency with it and not have to deal with so many differing horses who sometimes require an earlier start on their spurt, depending on their stats, abilities, leg type, whatever, and then other horses that, you know, are completely fine. Like, I can almost start them kind of anywhere, They get the message immediately and they can maintain that speed for as long as we need them to. We do have a couple of horses like that, and those are the horses I'm trying to produce more of, you know. Easier said than done, but that's ideally what I'm looking for in this game. I don't want horses I have to kind of juggle back and forth, like figuring out race to race how they're going to want to run. Ideally, having the same type of running pattern would be suitable, and then if you have to adjust every now and then, like, okay, right? I mean, that's the clear reason why owners and trainers, you know, together, they pair jockeys with certain horses all the time. It's because they have that rhythm, they have that chemistry. They work well together. That's ultimately what you want. Whether that's on the best horse or even a horse that's a little bit underrated, you just want that connection to be there. Otherwise, you're not going to have that success, right? It's kind of how it works. All right, we got to go. Who are we catching? Smooth Angel got a really good launch on the rest of the field, but Precious Scene's got a lot to go. No answer from the favorite. No answer from the favorite. Yo, where are they? Grand Show is all the way in last, just now making a run. No idea why we were why we were expected to finish $3 worse than Grand Show. Precious Scene kills it. This guy is also at his peak. I feel like they were disrespecting our man. Disrespecting our dude. Our boy, saying that he wasn't ready. It's wild. They're like, oh, he's good, but he's only second good. No, Precious Scene destroys that field, and Grand Show doesn't make a run until the end, and it was too late. I felt we should have been closer in the favoritism. Like, if you're still going to put Grand Show as the favorite, at least give us like a couple of cents off. Maybe 20 cents, 30 cents off. I'd feel less disrespected. But being like $3 off, like, come on. That horse is on a late run, way too late. Yeah, Precious Scene, we could stalk from the inside pretty much. We had a really, really nice trip. Like, come on, man. Just want a little bit more respect on my horses that I think are capable of winning those races and usually do. That's all I'm saying. Mainly from the imaginary Gallop Racer, Tecmo Universal board of directors, the betting public. I'm referring to those people. Just immerse with me, but the disrespect has got to stop, man. It has to. Has to stop. Pearly Ball wins a decisive grade 2 by a neck. 11 wins for him out of 15 starts. No grade 1s yet, but I've kind of decided I don't need to do that with him. If I win grade 1s, great, but I just think his strength is just winning as many races as we can. And it's fun to work with him. Like, he's not a horse I feel like I need to chase grade 1s with. He's really not. And I'm realizing you don't need all of those horses all the time to have like good sires or good brood mares. You can certainly acquire that with horses that win less grade 1s. So Eastside Band, gosh, she has 18 grade 1s. 21 out of 22 starts are wins. She's never finished worse than second. She's on a winning streak for I don't know how many races now. And still, like, I feel like we haven't hit any titles. I feel like we've been winning so much. So many over. She's so close to a long champ. I actually feel like she's right on the brink of like several titles, like at least 2 or 3 right now. I'm going to continue to run her 12. To win the mid champ, I need to run her. She's on a 9+ race winning streak. I don't even know when's the last time I've lost with her. And essentially I'm running her in like mid champ title range, which is 9.5 furlongs, 10 furlongs, 9. So to get that, I would just need to win on the dirt. She's close to a long champ by now. She needs 1 or 2. She's close to both. I suppose I should just continue to run her in... I want her in the Sprinters Cup. That's interesting. I mean, she has the stamina to make that work, but yeah, no. I'm a little weary about that. I feel like that's a race that could totally dethrone us, and I'm not trying to do that. LA Turf, I don't think we need another race at this distance, do we? No, I forgot. Mid-champ is this distance. That's totally... I'm thinking of all-rounder with the dirt. Yeah. LA Turf. That should be an easy race. She's certainly still the best mare out here. Yeah. Naked Chariot. Why do I have nothing for you? Finished second in that. Yeah, that was a pretty decent effort. Alright, so I guess we'll run back at the distance, 9 to 13. I was going to say, this is actually... Will you be ready for this one? Yeah. Grade 2 in the Valley for that guy. And who am I looking for? I'm looking for Extreme Kick. Yeah, so she's only 3 years old, actually. I think I may have said she was 4. She's only 3, so she's still... Gosh, she's still actually, like, developing. Gosh, what is your speed? Her staying is 82. That means she's got to be pretty fast. I know it says she should be ran kind of as, like, a closer. I wonder if I should start running her closer towards the front, because that might be why I'm getting started too late. Like, she is a closer, but I don't think she... Like, look at that response. 49. She doesn't really have closing response. That's the problem I was talking about earlier. And I certainly need to take a chance of starting her closer towards the front, I feel. Can I put you in the Sprinters Cup? Yeah, let's do that. Because that was a pretty good effort, and that was against international competition. Dropping her in class may actually give us the win. I'm so sorry they disrespected you, my guy. You're undefeated. You're 7 for 7 with 3 grade 1s. And they're talking about second place. Like, what? I'm sorry. I do take offense. I'm a human. I think I'm allowed to feel that every once in a while, right? I take slight offense. Like, this guy is so much better than being second best, and he's proven that. Like, why is the game trying to sell him short? Can you run 15 furlongs? It's quite a stretch, and you haven't really been doing that. I can certainly run him 7. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I'll run you 7. Yeah, you certainly have the speed for it, so... Alright, I think everybody is good to go here. And we have 3 races here in open with Phoenix Rising, 2-year-old filly, which will be my first time racing on her, buying Gentle House at a Black Ruby. Very curious to see what I get from her. Eastern Knife in this handicap, grade 3. Yeah, we're carrying 16 pounds of extra weight, and still considering the field we should win. Falling Star, she'll be up with a new tack we just put on her today in her first grade 1. The grade 1 Normandy. She is a D-ranked colt, or excuse me, he. I keep referring to him as a her. Oh my goodness. Him. Falling Stars. I'm thinking of Galaxy. I'm still thinking of his mom. Crazy, crazy. Anyways, he is the worst ranked horse in a field of A and S ranks. But again, I think he's capable of running with this field. It's just we just ran with him, so the game isn't... They don't usually give me that quick of a rating. I guess we're winning like our first grade 1, you know, as a 2-year-old maiden. But that, you know, his first grade 1 is coming up. He hasn't won one yet. So Phoenix Rising, first time with her. She's the favorite. Good thing is all of our 2-year-olds have been the heavy favorites in their debuts by at least a couple of dollars. So that hasn't happened consistently, and I feel like now this is going on the second year where most of our 2-year-olds are expected to finish first. It doesn't always mean it happens, but it means that, yeah, they are the strongest bunch of the group, right? So that's a good sign. Yeah, I hope she's great. I mean, Black Ruby was a great filly. She was really fun to work with. Again, she's kind of been hit or miss as far as the foals we've got from her. Gentle House hasn't failed me really at all. So she should be an explosive filly. I have no idea what her running style is going to be like. I hope she's just a really strong proceeder. That'd be pretty ideal. Miss Faber Wave with the record here. Yeah, I certainly hope she's just a really strong proceeder. So I'm going to run her as such. I'd be shocked if she was a closer. It wouldn't surprise me if she actually wanted to be a front runner and take the lead, but you guys know me. I will not do that with my horses in these races until I know for sure they want to be front runners. At the highest, I will run them behind the lead horse. Because you actually need to be confident in knowing that your horse can run at the front, or that your horse is just so good that you can run them at the front and they can still blow the competition away. I suppose that's possible as well. Yeah, I'm sure she's a proceeder. Both of her parents were. I'd be shocked if they just gave her some random position. Granted, that's happened to me with plenty of horses by now. The parents will have mutual positions as proceeders. The game will be like, no, they're a closer. And it's like, okay. No one in their pedigree is a closer. It's just one of those random RNG traits it just seems to give you. So yeah, we're in good rhythm with her already. I'm sure she has to run like both of her parents. I'd be shocked if she had such a unique running style that it didn't feel like neither of them. And she's gone. No Rebo. Did I start too soon? May have started too soon. She's still pushing. No, she's actually got a little bit more in the tank. Still think I pushed her a little bit too soon because she is going to tire out as soon as we hit the line. No tire out. Okay, there it is. I was going to say I was waiting for the animation where the horse is kind of like, you know, like we all, I'm sure, have got to that place at one point doing, you know, work or whatever it may be. And, yeah, if we just get it done there with Phoenix Rising, yeah, she actually held on much better than, gosh, no, that is a she. That's Phoenix Rising, the filly. I'm all over the place. Ignore me. We get the win. She crushes it by 5. Yeah, she looks absolutely amazing. Ready to rock and roll. Falling Stars is the colt that I keep forgetting about. But Phoenix Rising, that is the filly from Gentle House out of Black Ruby. Absolutely crushes and blows her maiden away. And that's a sign of good things to come, surely. And we've pretty much had that success on all of our debuting 2-year-olds. So the new group of HRG horses are looking really strong in this game. And I think we'll have several multi-title winning grade 1 horses and Hall of Famers in this bunch that we're watching make their debuts as 2-year-olds. To move into a grade 3 with Eastern Knight, this is the race where we have basically a 16 to 20 pound handicap, and we are still the favorite by a couple of dollars because it's Eastern Knife, and it really doesn't matter. That's just the truth. The guy is an awesome horse, and not much can really keep him down. But yeah, that's a really good debut there for Phoenix Rising. So yeah, Gentle House had good stamina. Black Ruby had decent stamina, I think. So that horse should have the endurance to handle a race like we just ran. And yeah, she handled it well. I still felt like I sent her a bit too soon, so I could probably still time that a bit better. But the good thing is, like, she can handle it. And, you know, going uphill, having to work even more, it seemed like she was able to dial in quite nicely. And I just got her across till the end. So would like to dial her back a bit more before I send her, and I think that'll be the strongest way to run her for sure. So Eastern Knife, I think I'm just putting him in races that make sense at this point. Like any graded race, it doesn't really matter if it's a grade 3, grade 1, grade 2. I'm just trying to keep him fit, keep him winning. I don't have any goals with him. He's just one of those horses where, like, he's so good, I just think you should just aim to win as many titles and races as you can. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not even keeping track because I figure if I'm winning races at most distances eventually, and if I do that for several years, he'll start winning titles. You know? Go, 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 go. It's fine. It's fine. Yep, it's fine. We'll let them put in a lot of work, and Eastern Knife will take it away. I want to get them off the rough here. There we go. Hopefully that counts as moving off the rough, and we're gone. It's a grade 3. We're still carrying like an extra 20 pounds of handicap. The handicap does not matter. 13 is still keeping with us, though. Eastern Knife gets a couple reminders. He pulls away. And it's easy. Easy W's there for Eastern Knife. Like I said, the handicap doesn't really matter with this guy. He's pretty much going to win as long as I put him in the right position to win. Amazing horse. I can't really say much more about Eastern Knife. Just an amazing racehorse, man. And again, really easy to work with. So you just need to keep him in a good rhythm. And he has a perfect leg type. His leg type is the ideal leg type I want, where the triangle is shaded at mid and procedure. Yeah, right in the middle, both of those two triangles being shaded, that's like the perfect spot for me to run a horse, and I feel like I can win so many races from there, man. Gives you so much flexibility to run with the front of the pack or to run more towards the back. We're up in the grade 1 Normandy here, going 6 furlongs. Owns the Terra Falling Stars. This 2-year-old colt, finally getting it right. Abigail, again, let me know if you need me to change any of the colors for the tack. I like his look. I actually think it works. Falling Stars. 5th favorite, not bad. A D-ranked horse in a field full of A and S-ranked horses. That's not bad for a 2-year-old to be expected to finish 5th. So there is some of the betting public that seems to have some confidence in our guy, which is good. They're not totally, completely saying he's not going to finish in the money. They're like, yeah, this horse definitely has a chance to run in the money. Maybe finish off a trifecta or superfecta, you know, wagering ticker. You guys get what I mean. If you're wagering and you're playing a ticket there you go. You have a horse that can maybe finish in 4th. And depending on our odds as well, even expected to finish 5th, that might be a decent payoff. So you never know. You never know, right? Must I make things so complicated? Unfortunately, yes. That seems to be one of my I don't know what you would call that. I guess you would call it a quirk. But quirks are always considered to be like, I don't know definitively if people say quirks are necessarily good or bad. It's just like a weird thing that you do. Sometimes, and not all the times. I'm moving on. Anyways. Still don't know this guy's leg type, so that's a bit of a mystery to me. Now, let's see if he has the capacity to run with these horses. He does have grit, so that's good. 5th favorite. It's going to be a tough one. Didn't really know where he wanted to be. I tried to keep him in that mid-pack. Furlong to go. He still has some stamina. Is he going to tap into anything else? 10-8 fraction. We are moving. I don't think we're finishing 5th unless he closes in these last moments. It's a tough race. And that last tap kind of put him back. Yeah. So he's going to finish 11th in debut for a grade 1. And yeah, not a great ride for me at all, obviously. And yeah, not really just a good spot to be in general. Again, it's one of the things of not knowing where your horse wants to run in the beginning of races. Or I should say in the beginning of their career, because in this game, you know, they don't tell you the leg type. And in every other Gallop Racer title, 01, 03, even 99, they show you your horse's leg type as soon as you race with them for the first time. This is one of the only games, I'm pretty sure, in the series that keeps that hidden. I guess that's supposed to be challenging, and yeah, it's pretty challenging. But yeah, not a good grade 1 there. 71 stamina. That was 6 furlongs. We won our debut at 6. That race totally finishing not good. And yeah, I kind of felt like we were blind in that one, and not much I could really do. And yeah, if I can't get the horse in the right position, the horse is not going to be comfortable, and then the operation kind of falls apart from there. So that's it's definitely a bummer, and that's on me. I would say a lot of that is on me. But yeah, admittedly, like it, you know, I'm still trying to figure out where a horse is. Yeah, you can win an open. I think an easier competition, just kind of being in the right spot at the right time. Grade 1s on straights in this game, they're challenging for a reason, I think. Some people can win them maybe easier than others, but it's considered a higher profile grade 1 race. That's why most 6 or 5 furlong races are only on the international circuits. You notice that. They're not on the domestic grade 1 circuits, which means they are tougher tracks to run. And the thing for me, at least coming out of the chute and just running straight down the track, sometimes that positioning, the way the field is kind of fluctuating up and down, it changes in a weird way where if I don't know where my horse wants to run, it's really hard for me to gauge. I don't usually struggle with that when I know where the horse wants to run. But if I'm kind of running in a race blind and I have no idea where my horse wants to be in a race like that, it's challenging. Trust me, it's a tricky task to manage. Eastern Knife, yeah, 10 grade 1s, 18 wins out of 21 starts. Only long champ is his title. So probably should start working on a mid-champ title, something like that. Again, I don't feel like I need to chase the GWS with him. That's a given. He could win a series like that. I'd rather just kind of take him on a different route, save the GWS titles for my custom horses. That's just a personal choice I'm making. I'm sure some of you would probably disagree and do, otherwise. And I totally get that. Lockwood, am I letting you go? I think so. I mean, he is a good leg type. I mean, he has a good course preference. He's not bad statistically, but like, I'm realizing I don't want horses with really bad response rating. I feel like that's his issue, and that's Extreme Kick's issue. Like, I think both of them want to run as closers, but they both have terrible response ratings. Like, it's hard to run as a closer when the horse doesn't want to get going until the race is almost over, right? That's just kind of that's an incompatibility. So I think I'm just gonna let Lockwood go. 5 grade 1s, but I haven't won a grade 1 with him in a while. We're constantly finishing second. Yes, I could retire him, but I don't know. I don't think he offers that much for breeding. He comes from a good pedigree. He does. You know what I'm going to do with him? I'm actually just going to stop running him in grade 1s. He's already won 5. I realize that's actually a pretty good number. Let me go ahead and just start running him in just kind of longer distance, grade 2s, grade 3s. See how he handles these races. And maybe we can stack some wins with him like that. Because if it's just too hard for me to win grade 1s with him now, for whatever reason, I shouldn't keep running him in grade 1s, right? I should probably just drop him in class. Give ourselves a little bit easier of a time to try to stack some wins. So Falling Star is not a great grade 1 debut. I still don't know where the horse wants to run. They said my position was D, and I don't know if I was running in the middle or a preceder. When the horses are that close together and the numbers are all bunched up on the ticker on the side, it's kind of hard to tell, at least for me. Decent stamina. Yeah, you know what? This horse may have won that 6 furlong because it was an open and just the horse is clearly stronger than that field. I don't think we were outclassed in that race. I just think we couldn't kick into that extra gear, and that's just a multitude of circumstances prior to the stretch run that probably ruined our race for us. Yeah, I'm definitely going to run him a little bit longer. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely think it makes sense to run him a little bit longer. They want him in that grade 3. A mile gives us a little bit more distance. And to be honest, like, I would still like to figure out his leg type. It's going to bother me if he's a horse that I race with for like 2 years and they don't tell me his leg type. I absolutely hate that. Sometimes I realize if I'm not figuring it out fast enough and the game isn't telling me, I need to drop them to easier races so we can try to unlock that. Harder the race, possibly the more difficult. Black Ruby, great debut at 7.5 on the turf. I'm pretty sure Black Ruby was a both distance. She could run on both surfaces. She had both preferences for turf or dirt. Didn't really matter. So this horse should be able to run on dirt as well. I kind of want to give it a shot. The horse is a procedure as I expected. Gonna run you 8.5 in the Liquor Stakes on the dirt. I think that'll be a good test. I mean, I got to figure out which of these horses are going to be the next potential East Side band. I can't really walk through that slowly. You know what I mean? Just making sure I just did a recent save. All right, let's get these 5 going. And this will probably potentially end the episode. We are leading right now this season still, despite some of my bad races. 23 grade 1s on the year, 55% win average, 353,000. It doesn't really feel like that type of year because of some of the bad races I've had, but I suppose that's not terrible. I mean, that's not bad compared to what the higher echelon of what you could do, which is like winning, I think 70% of the time. I don't even know how that calculates out that way if you're always finishing kind of first or second, but regardless, I know there's some math and a way of determining that. Anyways, great 3 times, 6 furlongs, Heart of Stone. I think first time out with this horse. This beautiful filly, and yes, we are by Gentle House out of Chasing Hearts. She could be a East Side Band type of horse. I guess I'm getting my Midwestern or Western. I don't know what. Gosh, it's one of those type of days, one of those type of videos. Don't mind me. 8 to 14 furlong. She's got good heart. I know virtually nothing else about her. I assume she's a preceder. That's pretty much what her parents were, so I'm going to run her as such. Yeah, really excited for this race here. I feel like, did I just skip a race with somebody? Hope I didn't. I guess I'll have to go back and watch. 6 furlong sprint. Are we? No. Now these are the 6 furlong sprints I like to do. The ones where you still come out of like the back chute and you still have to run around 2 turners. 2 corners. I don't like sprints where you're straight out the chute and, you know, straight down the track for the remainder. I do like still having to hit a turn or two. It's just how I guess prefer to ride as a rider and how I like to race my horses. And it's easier for me to kind of time their spurts. I just feel like it's a little tricky on those straights. And until I know exactly how the horse wants to run, I don't like having to guess. I don't really have to guess on a horse like this. I just kind of move her to the front, get her ready, be competitive. Still holding her, still holding her. Now we'll go. Now we'll go. She's still going. Last corner leader. Man, the 6 is on a surge. Is there anything I can do? Who is that closing? That's Mary Culture, the favorite. I forgot we're not supposed to win this race. Great run here, overwhipped, and that totally ruined our race to 3rd. Oh, why do I keep doing that? She had so much stamina. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that's one of those bad habits of mine. We were supposed to finish 5th. She certainly, I mean, Mary Culture, I think, would have still won that race. I should have finished 2nd. Okay, position on was A. That was a really good ride. Gosh, I messed that up for her at the end. Really good ride there. Felt comfortable with her. Really, really confident, actually. That I really mad at myself for messing that up in the end, but the horse did nothing wrong. She feels as much of a potential future champion to me as the rest of the 2-year-olds that are doing well. She feels like she's pretty powerful. I mean, she took off. The stamina was there. I just think Mary Culture had the benefit of saving grace as a closer and just running us down. Like, I just wasn't really expecting that. You Made Me Promises. This is my 2-year-old filly up in her 2nd race here. Expected to finish 8th. It's always my project horses that seem to be on the low and down as far as their favoritism is concerned in their 2-year-old races. But that's fine. Last corner leader, Stretch Burst by Gentle House out of Free Fear. Beautiful gal. Could be interesting. Seems she'll be at her peak by next year. Preceder. Good response at least. Yeah, still don't really know a whole bunch about her, but at least I know her leg type and I know that she's responsive. Which means, yeah, I can get her going pretty quickly and she should be ready to rock and roll. So, grade 3 here for You Made Me Promises. The whole name doesn't fit because Gallop Racer had to have stupid cap limit back in the day. So I just have to shorten it how it's shortened. Grand, right? Alright, so she really needs to be closer towards the front, and I need to hustle her up there. Okay, let's go, my girl. Yeah, I know. Alright. Did not mean to slow her down like that, but she'll be alright. Alright. So she could run as a leader as well, which is kind of nice. Alright, we'll get her out wide. So 8th place is where we're supposed to finish. I hope she has enough to hold on. Okay, keep working. Okay, I want to see how she kicks in this late drive here. She's staying competitive. You Made Me Promises. She's staying really competitive. Furlong left to go here. She's still got some drive in her. She's still going. She still has some race in her. She's sitting here in 3rd. This is a tough grade 3, man. 2-year-olds giving their all. And, man, a couple of horses catch us in the end. I think she's going to finish 7th. That was a pretty nice ride, man. That was actually pretty fun. Like, she was in the fight. I felt after the last furlong marker that, yeah, she wasn't probably going to close in for the win, but she was in there. 10-9 fraction. And, yeah, not the best positioning for me as far as where she needed to be. Spurt also, I guess, wasn't great. But I think, yeah, I think I can get dialed in with her a bit better and can definitely improve on that. So, easy goal. I wasn't in doubt that we weren't going to hit our goal. And that's, to me, the number one thing I worry about. If I get to a point where I start to question whether I will hit my goal with the horse, that's when I know it may not work out with me and that horse. But I didn't really feel that with her in the race. I saw the other horses closing, but she wasn't giving up. That tells me she should have a decent heart rating. And her stamina shouldn't be awful either. So, she shouldn't have too much of a drop-off. So, I don't know if she'll be as dominant as maybe Falling Stars and the other 2-year-olds we've raced with. But a grade 1 win could be in there if she continues to develop and get a little bit stronger. But she might just be a solid grade 2, grade 3 horse. That's kind of what I'm projecting, but maybe she'll be better than that, I'm hoping, obviously. Major River up here in a grade 3, 8.5 furlongs on the dirt. I'm just racing her until I can't race her anymore, which is once she's past 8 years old, I believe. Yeah, she'll be one of the first horses I've raced that long in a long time. Valley King, I think I retired at 8. So yeah, she'll be one of the very few. But that's been my goal with her. As soon as I acquired her, I said, I'm not chasing just strictly grade 1s. I just want to win as many races with her as I can for her entire career. Whether it's grade 3s or grade 2s. And that's essentially what I've ran her more at as of recently. I've just kind of kept her in these type of races. And the good thing is, they're giving us good favoritism where we don't have to finish in first, because that's asking a little bit much of her at this point in her career. But they're still allowing me to, they're still having an expectation for where we should finish based off of the fact that she's, a really, really, really good mare. One of the best, I guess, in this game domestically that you can acquire. So that says a lot, which is a good thing. And she's still a blast to work with. I'm so glad. I just feel like they silently buffed her in this game. I don't think she's good in 2003. I bring it up all the time. But she really, I think, improved in this game. And she's quite the blast to work with. So, yeah, I got to get her going now. Hopefully she can hold on. I don't know. It's a lot to ask of an old girl, but we'll see how she runs. Furlong left to go. She's keeping up. I think she'll have enough just to hold on to her positioning. She's still running. She's got a good run. There's stretch burst. Major River not going away, and we're just going to hold on for 4th. Like I said, man, she's still so fun to work with, man. That is a competitive effort in a grade 3 from an old gal that is quite past her prime, but she can still run with some of the best youngest fillies. And she finishes 4th in that grade 3. That was a fun race, man. That was a fun race and a fun ride, and I'm just glad that she can still do that. And my goal is never in doubt with Major River. I never have to worry about, am I going to, no. We'll hit our goal every time. Rapid Blade. I think this is my last time giving her a shot in the grade 1 GWS Championship Series. If she doesn't win here or finish in close enough for points, I'm going to have to just drop her to probably running domestic dirt grade 1s and easier international ones. And then also maybe dropping her to grade 2s if it seems like the grade 1s are just a bit difficult for her. 10-horse field. She's supposed to finish 8th. Really competitive. She's going to have to pull a miracle, and we'll be running with several front runners. Over odds, 5-year-old mare. She's not a bad horse, right? If her stamina was like 88, she would actually be very similar, and I mean extremely similar, statistically to Eastside Bam. That's the crazy thing. And Bears is a bad ability to have, but it hasn't really affected us in major races in her career. Counterclockwise, not good as well. Sometimes I forget that when I'm putting her in races. That's my own fault. But 87 power, man. And the heart rating only being at 53 is not bad. But the 87 power and everything on the left being in the 70s, I don't know, man. I think she's a much more capable horse than I'm tapping into. And again, I've been trying to win some of these tougher races with her, and maybe despite how she looks on paper, Maybe I need to just drop her to the right class. Maybe she's just not capable of running with the best horses in this game, despite what her stats look like, you know? And I think she would need a buff in her speed or her stamina that would really put her over the edge of being that type of horse. I just don't think she has it. But we'll see. Maybe she'll surprise us today. So unfortunately, I have to control the tempo, which I feel like it's not going to be too slow. Now, if she can handle it, then that's okay. And she should be able to. Butterfly Effect, her mother, one of the best front runners I've ever had in any Gallop Racer game ever, across all the titles. She's definitely one of my strongest. Her daughter should be able to do somewhat of the same, more or less. Yo, what are you doing? Golden Hill, go away. Go away. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Go away. I swear I talked about this in the last video, or maybe the one before. When the AI do stupid stuff like that, when they're just kind of going on a charge to the front, I'm like, can you not please? You know, like, we're already running 11.5s. It's pretty fast. I mean, that's faster than running a 12, I should say. It's not like you're running at 10, but still, 11.5 is not that far off from running a 10.9, and that's pretty blistering. So we're controlling the tempo here, controlling the tempo. Okay, inside trip. I'll send her now. I don't know if she's good. Let's see if she has the answer to hang on here. She's trying her hardest, man. I know she's trying her hardest, but she just doesn't have it. Got to focus her up. Think she'll finish better than 8th, that's for sure. She'll finish 5th. She'll finish 5th. That's not bad, but it won't be enough to win the championship. So, like I said, man, I think she's a better horse than what we're seeing from her, and I got to get her into the right races. I mean, that's a really good result in a tough field. Clearly, she just didn't have enough once the winners blew past us, but yeah, she still ended up finishing 5th, a strong 5th. I think it wasn't even in question, and I'm pretty content with that, man. So I'm realizing I'm just gonna have to drop her in class and put her in easier races that she can win. That's the best thing for her. Revenge is up in 11 furlong chestnut stakes here. We'll be running 11 furlongs. Really no competition in this field. Sparking Nova were co-favorites. Winner place goal here for Revenge by Gentle House at a Butterfly Effect. Technically should be the strongest horse in the 3-year-old bunch by quite a margin. Great response. Good, I mean, power's almost 90. Stamina's okay at 70. You see the distance, you see the turf preference. This guy's going to be an awesome sire. I just need to make sure I'm consistent with him and try to achieve as much as I can. He'll be a really, really good sire. I think he'll certainly be a step up from Gentle House as long as I win a lot with him. All right, so Valley King with the record here. Yeah, this may be one of the last races, second to last race of the episode. Gosh, it's almost already been an hour. Does it really feel like that? I feel like it doesn't feel like that to me. Which I suppose is a good thing. Been having a good time. Some race results not ideal as far as the wins, but we're technically racing at one of the toughest parts of the year. Middle of summer, kind of beginning-ish of fall, and then all the rest of fall through beginning of winter is pretty much the toughest month in the year. It's no different than the Breeders' Cup Championship months, right? Those are when you really start to get, after the Kentucky Derby and the Triple Crown kind of fades away, like, yeah, some horses take a large layoff until like the Breeders' Cup, but there's still some competitive racing, man, in the August and September months. Obviously, because Breeders' Cup is always October-ish, you know, November, but usually October, so it's, you know, I think that's just kind of how it goes. Revenge would like to be a little bit further back, but it's a short field. I don't think I need to run him, you know. I don't think I have to run him as hard.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
Anyways, we're Sparking Nova right there. Okay. Oh, don't block me. Don't block me. Gosh. I let that happen. Ah, the horse has been... Oh, no. I ruined our race. That's my fault. Oh, it is so my fault. I didn't even need to move the horse, yet I did. Gosh. Revenge is all over the place. Can't get him under control. Oh, man. Talk about an... Oh, gosh. Talk about... Just... He was moving like that all race. I promise you, I wasn't actually moving my directional pad. Like, it's... Oh, wow. Wow. That really happened. Oh, that contact ruined it. I just needed to get him into clear air a bit sooner, and I feel like I was so late, man. I feel like I was so late. Awful. Awful, 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 awful. Not how you want that to end. And that's not the first time I've ran like that with Revenge. Unfortunately. Yeah, Happy World's running away with the dirt. That's... Yeah, that's not an ideal way I would like to go out at all. Especially when we were supposed to win that race. Sparky Nova, obviously a great horse. Certainly that shouldn't have happened that way. And yeah, man, that's rough. I don't really have any excuses for that. Like I said, I just feel like the horse got upset, understandably, because I sent him right behind another horse's rear end, basically. And that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to get the horse out into clear air just in time. I knew the AI was going to move. I saw it all happening, and I clearly was just way too late to get him there. And yeah, it's kind of how it's been with him. Eight races. That's obviously one of the worst finishes I've had, because I was doing well with him prior to that. That's a race I want back desperately. Yeah, I mean, we had a grade 3 last year. I was supposed to win. We finished in 13th. And then everything else, a race we were supposed to win earlier this year, I finished in 2nd. But since then, like, it's been pretty good. And that was obviously the, that's been one of the worst results I've had with him. And again, I totally messed up his momentum running into that other horse. That's 100% my fault. And yeah, quite annoyed at myself for that. But I have to bounce back. It's not like I've been perfect with the horse. Yeah, certainly need to run him a little bit further back too. I feel like I've been running him a little bit closer to the front than he should be. It's also not ideal, so I just need to be a little bit more conscious with that guy. But nonetheless, I just, like I said, I need to make sure that I'm winning with him consistently. He's still only 3. He has 2 grade 1s, 4 wins at 8 starts. I can certainly improve, and I just need to be much more consistent with him, ultimately. So, perhaps, again, maybe need to drop him in competition as well, just to make sure I get in that right window. And we'll take it from there, but that'll do it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. We'll be back. We'll continue on through the month of September and move into October as we get into the Breeders' Cup Championship racing here. And we're not winning any GWS titles this year, despite some of the good horses we have. I think the strongest of the bunch, I haven't chased the GWS with, because the Hall of Fame is already limited with spots. I want to save that for my custom original horses. I would rather they get the Hall of Fame spots, so I'm kind of willing to skip out on winning a GWS every couple of years if I don't have, custom horses that can win it. I feel like with the in-game horses you get, they can win the GWS, and if you want them in the Hall of Fame, that's great. I feel like they're already great horses. I don't need to put them in the Hall of Fame. I'd rather save those spots. That's just me. Appreciate you guys for love and support. Until next time, though, HRG signing out. Hope you have a great and fantastic day. I'll see you later.
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.